Hello viewers, thanks for your support for my past videos. Today we are going to see one interesting and important topic. So let's move. Actually today topic is concept of ESFR sprinklers. In other words, why we have to use ESFR sprinklers, where we have to use ESFR sprinklers. We are going to find the answer for these questions. So prior to find the answers, what is ESFR sprinklers? Actually that definition is early suppression, not a definition, abbreviation, description. Early suppression fast response sprinklers. These sprinklers were introduced at earlier 80s, so dedicated for high risk areas and storage applications, commonly known as a storage sprinkler. This is a small introduction of this sprinkler. Then, in order to understand the ESFR concept of ESFR sprinkler, we need to know one important subject. What is this? Actually, increasing ceiling height will increasing the fire risk or fire spreading. Okay, so how ceiling height will increasing the fire spread? See this image. This is a sprinklered room containing 5-meter height. Fire started somewhere. And see the second image. This is also sprinklered room containing 10-meter height. Fire started somewhere and it is spreaded. Okay, through these two images, what we can get? Okay, so the due to the ceiling height, the fire the fire will may have a possibility to spread or occupy more area than lesser ceiling height. So in order to understand this topic, we need to remind the activation mechanism of normal sprinklers. So activation, what is the activation mechanism? If fire started from somewhere, some combustibles, the fire plum will create. What is fire plum? Fire plum is combination of smoke, heat and dust. So it will slowly develop. Once it hit the ceiling, after that it will slowly gradually increase on the ceiling from some depth. Okay, so our sprinklers will be installed on here nearby ceiling. So due to this increasing ceiling height, our thermal sensing element of our sprinkler will be burst, so water will deliver. So this is a concept of sprinkler activation mechanism. So this same thing will happen here. Okay, but here that high ceiling height areas, what will happen? No, that fire plum will create as usually, but the hitting time will different than the less ceiling areas. Okay, so let's say this is 1 minute, means it will take here it will take 2 minutes. This is actually I'm for example purpose I'm telling that time time, but this is not this time is not based on calculation. Okay, please note it. And so the time will vary. The fire plum reaching reaching to ceiling, the time will vary. Here it will take 1 minute, means here it will take 2 minutes. So due to this reaching time, the sprinkler will get delay activation. Okay, so it will take more time to activate because the heat will not sense. No, once it will sense the heat, then only it will activate. Due to the ceiling height, it will get delay activation because it will sense the heat late only. Okay, so due to this delay activation, what will happen? Meantime, the fire will spread more area. Fire will occupy more area, and the flame will get more height. So it will make more damages. So this is called, I'm telling, increasing ceiling height is increasing fire spreading. Okay, so this is a problem we explained. So what is the solution? What is the remedy for this problem? Okay, first it is a problem, then we are going to see that solutions. Actually, this kind of high ceiling height areas require fast response sprinklers. This is one point. And high ceiling height areas require larger K factors. So why this fast response sprinklers? Why this larger K factors? First, why fast response sprinklers? Actually, I'm telling no. Uh, Due to this height, this sprinkler bulb, the sprinkler thermal sensing element, will sense the heat at late only. It will take more time than lesser ceiling areas. So, in order to sort out this issue, you should watch that. Quick response sprinklers. Actually, this is actually the standard response sprinklers. This is the fast or quick response sprinklers. This is a thermal sensing element of sprinklers. If you see this here, it contain 5 diameter of bulb. Here it contain 3 diameter of bulb. So this fast or quick response sprinkler will get the soon activation than this. So if we are using this fast or quick response sprinkler here means, so we can avoid this issue, that late activation issue. We can prevent the delay activation. Okay, so if it is we can avoid delay activation means we can avoid the fire spreading also. So this is for one remedy, this is for one solution. So next one is larger k factors. Okay, why larger k factors are liquid? For this topic, we need to know about two terms. One RTD, another one is ATD. What is RTD? RTD means required delivered density. ATD means actual delivered density. First of all, what is density? Density is nothing. It is the water requirement. Actually, if fire started somewhere, means we are using the water as extinguishing agent, water as a control agent. Okay, we are used the water as a suppression agent. So it requires some amount of water, no? So that is a value it conveys. Okay, how much? Let's see, this is a okay, this is on plan view. I made the sprinkler system in accordance with NFA 13 as a light as a spacing. Each sprinkler coverage is 20 square meter. Okay, this is the elaborate view. Okay, this is one sprinkler coverage. As per NFA commands, NFA suggestions, each square meter of this sprinkler coverage area should be wetted at least 4.1 liter. Okay, so this is so this is actually ATD RTD. How much amount of water required for this water control approach, how much amount required for this fire production, that is RTD. How what code demand, how much, what is the value code demanded, that is actually RTD. So what is ATD? So ATD is what is during the time of fire, one sprinkler getting activated, exactly how much water will deliver on the floor on the fire, that is ATD, realistic scenario. Okay, so this is a demanding value, this is actually the realistic scenario. Please keep on your mind. uh, Between the relations of these two terms will play the major role for yes of sprinklers. So let's back to the topic. Why high ceiling height areas require larger K factors? Because larger K factors deliver larger droplets. If you look this image, this is a sprinkler activation image. If you look to the image, water 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 actually delivered, but each are droplets. Okay, so it contains some particular droplet sizes. Okay, so larger K factors deliver larger droplet sizes, lesser K factor delivers lesser droplet sizes. Okay, so as I said earlier, if ceiling height is more, fire is also more. There are more possibility to spreading the fire, spread and occupying more area, it containing more flame height. So this kind of more energy releasing fire, what is the possibility is available there? No, If even sprinkler activated during the time of fire, uh, that water droplets passing through the flame at the time of passing, it may have a possibility to that particular water droplets, it may have a possibility to evaporated by the heat of the fire. Okay, so if it is evaporated, means what will happen, that diameter of the droplet will decrease. Okay, if you see this image, you can imagine this one. Diameter of the water droplet will decrease. So if it is diameter of the droplet will decrease, mean what will happen, the floor area, the fire floor area, which floor containing fire, that fire floor area will getting lesser waters, lesser lesser water. For example, the fire area required 4.1 lpm means it may have a possibility to get less water than this. So back to this topic, as I said earlier, if it is required delivered density is 4.1 means if it active delivery density will be less than 4.1 means what will happen. So we are using water as a fire control agent, so the fire control mechanism will not properly work. So so what consequently the fire will spreading more, it will make more damages, so it results the total failure. So this is a reason high ceiling height areas require larger K factors. In larger K factors results larger droplets. If larger droplets passing through high flame area, if it is passing through this flame also, uh, passing through flames, that is also will evaporate. But that that exact requirement of water, that requirement, that RTD, this will not go less than the exact value. So this is what larger K factors be require for high ceiling height areas. Okay, so finally we come back to the topic. What's special in ESFR sprinkler, or what is the concept of ESFR sprinklers? Why ESFR sprinklers? Why ESFR sprinkler means, in this complete video we have seen, due to the ceiling height ceiling height increasing the fire risk. So in order to sort out this issue, we need two factors. One is quick response thermal sensing element on the sprinkler, another one is larger K factors. So ESFR containing this both things. So it containing quick response thermal sensing element and larger K factors. Actually, in ESFR sprinklers, it K factor starting at 11.2 from any brands. So I hope everyone understand this concept of this ESFR sprinklers. If you have any clarification doubts, please put on comment section. Definitely, I will answer you. So if you want any videos, any kind of concept also, means that is also you can put on comment section. Definitely, I will do that. So thanks for your support. Thank you.